Hey everybody, Joe Joseph here for thedailysheeple.com, and this is your news shot, and I warned you, and here it comes. CBS Dallas Fort Worth. People mortgaging their homes to buy Bitcoin, according to a report. Folks, this is exactly what happened prior to the Great Depression. I know I sound like a broken record, but I cannot say it enough. A PBS special done in the 1980s, early 90s, called the Great Depression. Just watch it and look at the history of what happened during the 1920s when people believed that depressions were a thing of the past, where the boom-bust cycle was no more. Because remember, the Federal Reserve was brand new, and that's what was being touted. Hey, look at this. Here come the banksters, the people that know how to run the system better than anybody else. Why, this is all gone, a thing of the past. Of course, what they didn't realize were the bankers still owned everything, and anytime they wanted to pull the rug out from underneath, why, they just did it. And that's exactly what happened during the Great Depression. They pulled the rug out. The credit dried up. And next thing you know, margin call after margin call, and people lost their shirts. People were mortgaging their homes. People were taking out loans. They were putting everything they had into the stock market because it was a surefire bet. It was going to be prosperity everywhere. Everybody down to the bagger at the grocery store was invested in the stock market, and by God, were they proud. And look at the hysteria today with regard to Bitcoin and how this is coming about. And again, I'm not knocking digital currency. I think it's a great thing. But people are putting too much of their eggs in one basket, and it's going to end up biting them in the ass. I'm telling you right now, this is a big, big setup that's going on. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why in just a second. I said, how much would you risk to invest in the hottest digital currency in the world? For some people, the skyrocketing value of Bitcoin is worth putting their home at stake. And according to reports, a number of investors looking to cash in on the soaring prices have resorted to putting their houses up as collateral to fund the venture. Quote, we've seen mortgages being taken out to buy Bitcoin. People do credit cards and equity lines of credit all the time, according to North American Securities Administrator Association's Joseph Borg told Business Insider. The president of a securities firm added that he believes the risk outweighs the rewards tied to the popular cryptocurrency. Quote, this isn't some guy who's making $100,000 a year, who's got a mortgage and 2 kids in college. These are millionaires. These are people that have a ton of money. They're even mortgaging their houses. I mean, everybody's going all in at this. And the glaring red flag that I see here with regards to Bitcoin is simply this. 4% of all Bitcoin owners own 95% of Bitcoin. And all it takes is a select few of that very small minority to sell at the same time that will spark the panic of all panics and the crash of all crashes. Because, my friends, this has become, hands down, the biggest bubble in the history of finance. It has, hands down, surpassed any sort of bubble that we have seen as far as how fast it's inflated. Not so much by sheer size as far as monetary value, but strictly from the standpoint of how fast and how big it is relative to how much is out there. And there's a lot of people that are going to get burned when Bitcoin goes down. Second, and I don't think it's a matter of if, it's a matter of when. You need not look any farther than history to see how volatile it is. Now, that's not to say that over the past 10 years, people have seen growth, because they have. If they say that if you're in it for the long run, why, gosh, it's great. But I don't know. This could spark a contagion in other areas because of how now the stock market is hitching its wagon to Bitcoin with the introduction of futures trading with Bitcoin. So now they've added that. Now the speculators have gotten in. And anytime speculators join the fray, there's nothing but bad news that comes from it. So, folks, please do your due diligence, and please be very wary of get-rich-quick schemes that could lead to your demise. I'm Joe Joseph. This was thedailysheeple.com's News Shot. Feel free to comment below. Visit our website at thedailysheeple.com. Hashtag wake the flock up. Have a great day, everybody.